What's going on, guys? Jeff here with Froggy Style, and we are back with another Borderlands 3 video. And today we are going over the Rakk attack build for Flak. So they've been nerfing the crit build multiple times over and over again. So I've just been getting tired of it, and honestly I've been getting kind of bored. It's a very strong build. It's great for boss kills and all that, but it's kind of boring to play in things like the arena and all that. So wanted to try something different, and I've been saving up some gear for the Flak attack. So we're going to run over a quick build today that I've been using, and then I'll show you some gameplay footage. It's actually pretty viable and really fun, to be honest with you, because you're relying much less on your bullets and a lot on your Rakk attack. So let's run through it. So obviously you need Rakk attack in the Rakk attack skill tree here. So we're going to do 5 points into Interplanetary Stalker, 3 points into Leave No Trace, another 3 points into head count. This is really good. This is noticeable quite a bit because every time you're getting a crit, it reduces the action skill cooldown, and the whole point of this is to just be infinitely throwing racks, and I'll show you how it works. So extra projectile per shot. This is always good because landing an extra projectile is an extra crit, is extra cooldown reduction, etc., and it stacks up. So I only got 2 skills in here just because we need to simply get down to the bottom tree here. So a couple skills in big game, then max out the most dangerous game. This will give you your crit damage, gun damage, all those different types of things for badasses and whatnot. So critical hit damage, enemies are less likely to attack him. So something's not looking at you or anything like that, like you just rip them apart with this. It's really good for this build. What else we got here? So lock and load and the healing one. Now you can rotate. Definitely you want lock and load. You can rotate between if you need a healing one. I use this healing one just because of the way that my build is set up. I feel like it personally works better for me. But you could always add some cryo damage or even this increased cooldown rate and gains an additional charge. Now I personally don't use this one only because I have all the anointed gear adding to my skills, and I'll show you that here in a second. Let's finish off this tree. So you could switch between those 2 skills, it doesn't really matter. Increase your maximum health and health regen. Dump 5 points into this. It just makes you incredibly tanky, and overall just works great with that healing Rakk build because it's based off 7%, so they stack up pretty well. And then 5 skills in the furious attack just to get your handling, gun damage, and all that up. Eager to impress, 5 skills. I put 1 in all my BFFs just because, you know, shared health regen and 17%, 33%. I mean, it's actually pretty good, especially in group play and if you're running arenas. Fight for your life. This is extremely useful. There's been multiple times where I've gone down and I'm just staring at my pet and there's nothing around for whatever reason and I can't revive and I lose $1 million every time I die. So this is a very good skill. It's very underrated and I think it's awesome. Constant damage reduction. So yeah, just max this out. Turn, tail, and run. The Fast and the Furious. Get that maxed out also. And then you got the hidden machine. Only a few points in this skill here because you want to maximize the build, which you're going to need to be able to save a point to get Stalker down here on the bottom. So, and that's it for the skills. It's fairly simple, pretty easy. Just add that all up, and then let's take a look at the gear. I mean, this is probably the more important part. So I'm using this purple SMG just simply for the fact that it has a extra charge of Rakk attack on it. Now I don't necessarily always have this out and probably don't use it a ton, but if I'm ever down and need an extra stack, this is very useful. This is my favorite gun right here, the Arctic Discipline Nighthawkin. So after using Rakk attack, you gain 25% critical hit damage for a short time. I'll show a couple clips of me shooting stuff after using Rakk attack with this. It shreds, and I was on True Vault Hunter Mayhem 3, mind you, so we'll take a look at that in a minute. Enemies damaged by Rakk attack take 50% increased damage for a short time. This one is probably my second favorite gun because you pop off that Rakk attack, and honestly you can crit people here for probably 60k or so. I forget the exact numbers I was ripping. We'll take a look at it here in a minute. This one here, Storming Fraser. So after using an attack command, you gain 30% life steal for a short period of time. So if I'm ever down on health or fighting something that's a little overwhelming to me, this is an extremely useful weapon because I can just use my attack command for my pet, instantly gain 30% lifesteal, and then I can clean up the map and survive with sustainability. Shield is extremely important that you have this anointed talent on it. So I don't personally like this shield the most. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. It's a decent shield. But it does gain an extra stack of Rakk attack, which is absolutely vital for the shield slot because it is an item you will always have equipped. Therefore, that extra charge of Rakk attack will always be active. So for example, extra charge of Rakk attack on the weapon, unless it's your primary weapon, it's not always a good thing, because when this is stowed away or it's not out, this anointed skill does not count. So it's good to have it on your shield. 100% I'd say necessary. Probably the best grenade in the game right now, Rain Firestorm. I'll show you guys, I'll throw this around in a second if you haven't seen this. Let me show you my relic and stuff real quick. So this grave artifact I simply use just for max health and cooldown rate reduction. The cooldown rate is very, very important with this build. You want to be able to land those hits and have that natural reduction as well, because that's going to allow you to spam more racks, more damage, more kills, more loot. We all know how that works. Now I took my class mod off just so I could show you guys my skills, so I will equip it back right now, and then we'll take a look at it. So Flax Hunt skill power is increased by 25%. This is extremely useful because every time you throw out your rack, it's 25% buff. Boom, damage it does to the enemy, and so on and so forth. This one I also got very lucky because it did roll the 25% Jacob's weapon critical hit damage, which is absolutely freaking lethal when I compare it with this. Look, so this is Jacob's pistol, and I have enemies damaged by Rakk attack take 50% increased damage for a short time, comboed with this 45% weapon critical hit damage plus the 25% skill power buff. So it's very strong. It's a great combo. So that's it for the items. Let me show you this grenade real quick. Take a look at what this thing is capable of. Let me get... Nah, we could probably throw it in here, whatever. If I die, I die. So there's your Rakk attack. Here goes the grenade. They're all bouncing out of there. Let me throw it in here. Look at this thing. Looks better in a bigger map. It literally rains down. You're like a sorceress. I only have one hand recording this though, so... let's go take a look at some of the footage from the Slaughterhouse Arena. And if you guys do like this video and you're looking for more builds, leave me a comment down below. I will definitely post them for you, make them every Friday night or so. Leave me a sub to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button. I do have some other Borderlands videos where I have some loot giveaways and things like that. If you guys are looking for any anointed gear, make sure you take a look at that video. And if there's anything in my vault that you need, I hang on to most of the good stuff. So just let me know if you need anything. And thank you guys for watching, and enjoy the Rakk attack build. Peace. Enemies that get hit by Rakk attack, they bonus damage. Oh my god.
No survival. End of the road for you. One behind.
Pull out a sniper in long range.
I didn't even think of that.
Like, I carry a sniper in slot 4 literally just for when I go down, pretty much. Pull it out.
I'm getting 10K on
dude, I'm literally one-shotting everything. Right here, off of this.
Well, I don't have both loaded yet, but...
You there. How are your last breaths going? The bloodshed. The chaos.
Your pets just take shit out.
Yeah,
man.
these birds are nuts, bro. 220k. Look at this, 271k.